Oh, delicious, delicieux, delicioso. Oh my God. This is a matcha latte from next door. And oh my God, this is my first time having their matcha latte. It is incredible. I have no words. It's so good. I usually drink their latte with regular milk. Usually I like to use nut milk, like almond, oats, whatever. And I've heard a lot about their, what's it called? Shit, my bad. There's another type of milk that they make. I forget. Anywho, point is, I was told about that milk and how delicious it is. Right now, I don't care. With regular milk, mwah. And but today I wanted to try something different. Okay, I'm lying. Today I had both. I had a latte. Then a couple of hours later, after I was done doing things at the coffee shop on my laptop, I felt like having another one. Then I thought, you know what? Let me do something different. So I tried the matcha latte, and it is equally as good. So good. Let me take another sip. Oh my God. Okay, let's do this. Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline and today is day 9 of my 31-day YouTube upload commitment. Yes, I'm here. And it's funny because last night I was organizing a few things, you know, just setting the intention for the month of January, because that's also another thing I like to do. You have an intention for the year, but then you can break it down month to month. See, is there something that I should focus my energy on a little more? And of course, always making time for play, for space, to be flexible into whatever shows up into your life. Or if you choose to change directions, that's okay, you know. That's very feminine energy, like to just go with the flow. It's wild, it doesn't have restrictions, it's free. So you allow yourself to move however you have to move. If you have to make changes, you make them. But sometimes you can give yourself an intention and see, well, okay, what if I move aligned with this intention? So for the month of January, my intention is to really ground myself, to find my roots. I arrived in this country towards the end of December, and first time in this country. I speak very little Spanish, so I don't know anybody here now except the people that I work with, that I see almost every day. So I really needed to ground, I still do need to ground myself, so to find my footing here, my rhythm, and just to explore the small space, a small radius of space where I'm at, so I can get more familiar, notice the faces that I see all the time when I walk up and down the street, the local stores where I can get different things. It's really just about like setting myself up. And last night I was also working on my budget for the next few months, things that I want to do financially. Of course, there's always space for change, but I gave myself a direction and I thought, okay, what if I move in this direction, and if it changes, then I allow change to happen. Street is right there, so excuse the noises if you hear trucks, cars, people, etc. It might happen during this video. I apologize in advance for all of that. I'll try to be mindful and not speak too much while different background noises are happening. So I was talking about my intention for the month of January, which is to ground myself, and this helps. Just, you know, when you find something and it's just that's what I feel for their latte and their matcha latte. Matcha latte just got added to the list because wow, it's so good. Another sip. And it blends perfectly with today's conversation. I'd like to talk about making your life delicious. Can you make your life delicious? When I was younger, much younger, like in my early 20s, I remember thinking, okay, now when I start dating guys, the relationship might really become something long term. I might find uh, my bad, got cut off. But my relationships will, chances are they're going to become something more serious as far as being committed. And I remember thinking to myself, before I meet a man, I don't want my happiness to depend on him. I don't want the joy of my life to be all about him or centered around him. So I made a conscious decision to make my life delicious. I would tell myself my life is a sundae, like an ice cream sundae, and this man that I'll be with is just cherry on top. So he just makes my life even more delicious. And that applied to everything in my life. The inspiration came from being involved in a romantic relationship, being involved in a romantic, being involved in a romantic relationship, but it spread out to different aspects of my life as far as my career is concerned, travels, my friends, my this, my that. First focus was make my life an ice cream sundae, make it sweet, delicious, fun, colorful, and then everything else is just added bonus, it's cherries on top. So can you make your own life delicious? And you don't have to do all kinds of wild stuff. I mean, I did it on budgets, on low budgets, and at moments where I had more money to spend, to play with, I would do bigger things. But however you can do that for yourself with the budget that you have available, with whatever resources you have available to you, why not? And you don't always have to depend on something outside of yourself to make your life delicious. Yes, I have my matcha latte here, which makes me very happy, and it's a delicious moment in my life because I truly Fulljoy it. And when I take a sip, the taste, the feel comes down into my belly. It just, an experience, yes. But you can also experience delicious moments without needing something outside of yourself. It could just be taking deep belly breaths and just being so grateful for life, for your breath, for being able to breathe with ease. It could be taking a walk in your neighborhood or going to the woods, going in nature by the water. It could just be watching a beautiful sunset. Some people might say this is kind of like romanticizing your life. You can see it that way if you want to, but it doesn't have to be all that. It's just bringing yourself a lot of pleasure, how you can, when you can, to have these moments, these little pockets of moments where you just fill your own cup with whatever you have on hand. And it's things that you do that make you happy, that make your life delicious. An ice cream sundae, decorate it however you want to decorate it, but just make it delicious. So what does that mean for you? What's a joyful life for you? Take the time to reflect on it, meditate on that, sit down, grab a paper and a pen, or maybe write down on your phone, on your laptop, whatever. But take the time to reflect on what does that mean for me, to make my life delicious, to make it joyful. Like if my life was a meal, would it be a meal that I want to eat? If I saw it at a buffet or at a restaurant, would I choose that? Of course, life is not perfect. There are ups and downs and everything in between. All the flavors are involved in each meal because, with a little saltiness, sometimes things are, less pleasant. They bring a little more depth and lots of life lessons to be learned. But beyond all of that, is it a plate that you would like to receive, a meal that you would like to receive? Would you choose your meal, the meal that is your life? And if not, see, well, how can I make little changes? It doesn't have to be huge. Maybe it has to be, but maybe it could be just in the smallest things. If you love matcha lattes, and maybe you don't have the budget to go to a coffee shop and spend $5 per matcha latte every day of the week. That's a lot of money to spend. can you maybe buy some at the store and make it at home, and you have fun trying different recipes at home with what you have? Or maybe it's just to make yourself a cup of tea, and here and there you go and get yourself a matcha latte at your favorite coffee shop. It could be dancing in your room, putting on your favorite outfit and getting cute for yourself and dancing in front of the mirror, maybe with the lights off. Maybe you set up a whole vibe, candles, incense. That's my thing. Put on some music and I dance and I dance like no one's watching, because no one is watching. So you just feel free, again tapping into that feminine energy within us. It's the freedom of movement, the freedom to just be exactly as we are. Now, how can we add more delicious spices to it? Can we make our life more delicious? So however that can be done for you, think of 1 to 3 ways that you can make your life a little more delicious, a little more pleasant, a little more joyful every day. Little simple things. For me, it's coming out of my room and looking at the palm trees. I just smile immediately, feeling the warmth of, the air on my skin. Just that right there, I'm taking that moment, I'm taking 1, 2, 3 deep belly breaths just to really take it in. And it's like having a sip of that delicious matcha latte. It's in the little things. You fill up your own cup, you fuel your own inner joy, you make your life delicious, so that from there everything manifests accordingly, matching that vibration. Beautiful things start happening into your life, things that match that vibe. So I say, why not? Why not? And of course, anything and everything is possible, but if you can choose to live your life from a more pleasant point of view or perspective or space of being, why not choose that? If you prefer feeling the contrary, then hey, do you. But why not live life in a delicious way? Because one thing's for sure, death will come for all of us. That's the only guarantee we have in life. And I know people who have passed, and I keep thinking, well, once we're on the other side or wherever we are in the great beyond, I want to think, man, I Fulljoyed that life. It wasn't the most glamorous, this or that, but man, did I fill up my inner joy, and I have all these beautiful memories of moments by myself and moments shared with others, just making that sundae, that ice cream sundae that is my life, as colorful, as delicious, as flavorful as I could. Because you know what? Why not? Why not? If you can choose delicious or not delicious, what do you choose? Really? So to recap, maybe 1 to 3 things you can do every day. Doesn't need to be something outside of yourself. Could just be taking deep breaths, nice stretches in the morning, cuddles with your dog or with your cat, whatever. But consciously choosing to do things that make your life more beautiful, more joyful, more delicious. And after 1, 2, 3 weeks of doing that daily, see how it changes. Notice the differences, observe. Write it down, journal it, and then look back. You'll see. It'll bring a whole new dimension to your life. And you'll start manifesting amazing things from there. Not even manifesting, just magnetizing, because you will attract things of that frequency into your life. So I'm I want to see what's gonna come up into my life the more I vibrate at that frequency. And I pray the same for you. So on that note, I'll let you go. I'm gonna go Fulljoy this matcha latte, and I will see you tomorrow.